This bread doesn't look anything like this one. Look at the difference. This has not been proofed. This one has rested for like 6 hours, and it has almost doubled in size. Look how smooth this one looks as opposed to this one. This one now has proofed on the counter, not in the refrigerator, for 6 or 8 hours. Now it depends on how warm your house is or whatever, how long it takes. But look at this. Look. Look at there. It's kind of like Santa Claus's belly. Ho, ho, ho. There you go. All right. There we go. Whatever. I like to use this to get everything out. They say that if you pour, I don't put any flour on my service, that if you can pour it out, and if it doesn't stick, it's ready. So here we go. We'll see if it'll all come out. I'm taking a chance here. Look at there. Look at there. Look at there, Raleigh. Look at that. Look at that right there. Yay, success. I've got a couple of things on the edge there. All right. Look at that. Beautiful bread. All right, and that's going to make 2 loaves. Here we go, guys. Let's cut it in half. I just love to make it because it just feels alive to me. Okay. Now, the reason that I do not put any flour, because flour would make it slide, and it's got to have some tension in order to rise. So I'm going to spread it out. We'll do this. Start with this one. People have all kinds of different shaping methods on how to shape your sourdough bread. I just do what I do. I'm stretching it, creating tension, bring it back on itself, and then I'm going to roll it up, bring it to myself, create a smooth ball. I'm dragging it. I'm going to go slower. I'm dragging it against the counter. All right? I'll bring it over here so I can do this next one. There's one. All right, now, see the difference in these 2. All right, let's do the second one. Stretch, bring it out, fold over. I'm pulling and folding. Pull, fold, pull, fold. If you look at there. If you look online, people do it all kinds of different ways. I'm dragging it to create tension. It pulls. You can see some of the bubbles. Okay. Now, at this point, what I would do would be let this sit for 15 minutes for it to kind of develop a little skin on it. I don't have time to do that today, but let's pretend that we have let it sit for 15 minutes. It's time to put it in the bannetons. This is called a batard because it is oval. This is called a boule, B-O-U-L-E, because it is round. I bought these especially for this. These are linen liners that will keep the bread from sticking. Now, some people, if you see the graphic that was made for this Food with the First Lady, it shows a loaf with the round circles on it. But I don't do that. I line mine with this because I don't want it to stick. But you don't have to line it, but I do. I'm going to need a couple of Walmart sacks. If we've got them. If we don't, we'll do something else. Okay, so there I've got my 2 ready. All right, now in this bag I have rice flour. I took regular white rice and I put it through my mill over there. And I made myself some rice flour. Now, why am I doing rice flour? Because rice flour will not absorb itself into my sourdough. That is made with wheat flour. The rice flour will not absorb, and we'll be able to see it when I score it, and I'll show you more about that later. All right, so we're going to turn that over, and we'll just get those out of the refrigerator, and I'm going to do my final shaping. So I turn this over after 15 minutes, and we will spread it out, and I'm going to go shape again. So I'm going to pull it out and up, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, and over. Oh, it's beautiful. And I'm going to make it, this is going to be your top. And then I'm going to put it into my banneton. And then I'm going to sew it. So I'm going to try to create as much tension as possible. There's one. Here's the other one. So I'll spread it out. Pull this. Pull this and this. Roll it up. Now this one's a different shape. This one's an oval. So I'm going to do this one like this into an oval. Turn it upside down, put it in there, sew it. And then I put it in the refrigerator for 12 to 14 hours. Now I'm going to the refrigerator. Y'all can look at the bread while I'm gone. And I'm going to get the ones that I previously made, and we'll go from there. So this is what I'm going to do. These that I just took out of the refrigerator used to be these. So let's replace that. Just came out of the refrigerator. This one's going into the refrigerator. All right. The reason that I put it in a plastic bag is to retain moisture, because the moisture is going to make my dough rise. So this is my one just came out of the fridge. This one's the one I'm putting into the fridge. Okay, so I'm going to get one of the guys here to stick these two things in the fridge. So these are ready to go to the refrigerator, and we can let them sit there for 12 to 14 hours to continue to ferment. Remember, this is a fermented bread. It'll continue to ferment for 12 to 14 hours, or you can leave it for 2 or 3 days. The longer you leave it, the sourer it'll get.